A letter to God. What did Lencho hope for? Ans. Lencho hoped for a downpour or at least a shower of rain. Why did Lencho say that the raindrops were like new coins? Ans. Lencho said that the raindrops were like new coins because a good rainfall would bring him a good harvest. A good harvest would bring him a lot of money. How did the rain change? What happened to Lencho's fields? Ans. Suddenly a strong wind began to blow and along with the rain very large hailstones began to fall. These hailstones resembled new silver coins. The boys of Lencho went out in the rain to collect the frozen pearls. The rain did not stop, instead it got worse. The hail rained for an hour and filled the surface of the ground with layers of hailstones. The fields were white as if they were covered with salt. Lencho's field was totally destroyed. There was not even a leaf or a flower on the plants and trees. What were Lencho's feeling when the hail stopped? Ans. After the hail had stopped, Lencho found his field completely destroyed. His soul was filled with sadness. He became helpless and was in a shocked state of mind. He stood and looked at his field helplessly. He told his sons that even a plague of locusts would not bring about so much destruction, but the hail had left nothing. He told them that the whole year that they would have no corn. Who or what did Lencho have faith in? What did he do? Ans. Lencho had faith in God. All through the night Lencho thought only of his hope, the help from God, whose eye sees everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. He decided to write a letter to God to ask for his help. Who read the letter? Ans. The postmaster read the letter. What did the postmaster do then? Ans. Seeing the letter addressed to God, the postmaster began to laugh but instantly turned serious when he realized the great faith of the man. He was very much impressed by seeing his great faith in God. He too wanted to have the same type of faith like Lencho and start a correspondence with God. So in order not to shake Lencho's faith in God, the postmaster decided to help him by replying to his letter not only with ink and paper, but by giving the required amount of money. Was Lencho surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? Ans. No, Lencho was not at all surprised to find a letter for him with money in it. His face expression had not the slightest surprise on seeing the money, such was his confidence in God. What made Lencho angry? Ans. Lencho became angry when he counted the money and found 30 pesos less. He said that God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. He thought that the post office employees might have taken his 30 pesos. Who does Lencho have complete faith in? Which sentence in the story tell you this? Ans. Lencho has complete faith in God. The sentence in the story which tell us about his faith are as follows. There was a single hope, the help from God. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family, and I will go hungry this year. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money, such was his confidence. Nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Why does the postmaster send money to Lencho? Why does he sign the letter God? Ans. The postmaster sends money to Lencho as he is very much impressed by seeing his great faith in God. He doesn't want his faith to be shaken. He sends the money through mail and signs the letter with a signature to God. He wants to give Lencho the impression that it is really God who has sent him the money. In this way Lencho's faith in God will continue. Did Lencho try to find out who had sent the money to him? Ans. No, Lencho did not try to find out who had sent the money to him. This is because he had full faith in God. He was sure that God would send him the money without fail. So, there was no chance of any doubt arising in his mind. Who does Lencho think has taken the rest of the money? What is the irony in the situation? Once, Lencho had asked God to send him 100 pesos, but he receives only 70 pesos. He thinks that the post office employees might have stolen his 30 pesos. The irony in the situation is that the post office employees who have struggled to send Lencho the 70 pesos are blamed for having stolen the 30 pesos. Instead of receiving gratitude and thanks, they received the name a bunch of crooks. Are there people like Lencho in the real world? What kind of person would you say he is? Ans, in the real world there are very few people like Lencho. People do have faith in God, but not the kind of unquestioning faith that Lencho has. Lencho is a native kind of person who believes that his letter can reach God. There are two kinds of conflicts in the story, between humans and nature, and between humans themselves. How are those conflicts illustrated? Ans, the conflict between human and man is illustrated by the hailstones, which destroys Lencho's crop. The conflict between human themselves is illustrated by Lencho's mistrust on the post office employees. They have helped him by giving money, but he in return calls them a bunch of crooks.